How do you pop this thing?
Hi.
Oh my god.
No, we have a garbage here. That was a great intro. Hi guys, as you can see, we're having a little bit of difficulty starting this video. We swear we're prepared. Pour me wine. It's good. Hey guys, it's Sam, and in today's video, yes, I am in a different location, obviously. I am at my boyfriend Chandler's apartment. It is his gay-ass bachelor pad.
Yes, that's what I call it.
So obviously, because Halloween is almost here in just a few days, we decided to make a video where we are carving pumpkins and wearing our Halloween outfits, Pikachu and
Jack Skellington.
And while we do that, we're going to be answering your guys' questions today.
Hi.
Okay guys, quick disclaimer before we even start these questions. He thought Louis's name was pronounced Lewis.
It's spelled like Lewis.
Yeah, but he's British.
I didn't know, I didn't know he was like exactly British, and I didn't know that British people pronounce it Louis.
Have you heard him speak?
I thought that was just a nickname that you guys gave him. I didn't think that was his name.
His name is Louis. Louis William Tomlinson.
It's Lewis.
So he'll be carving out Jack Skellington on his pumpkin, and I'm gonna try Pikachu. And he says, oh, if we sketch it out, like use a stencil, it's cheating. And I'm like, I've been just doing that. Like, it makes the pumpkin just look so cool. Like, you're pretty good at drawing a circle.
No. Did you press record?
Yes,
okay.
I did. No. Alright, first question. Do you both ship Larry? Love you.
I didn't even know what Larry was, honestly, so I can't really say I shipped it. So,
but now that you know what it is, like...
I mean, I do agree they do look attractive if they were to be a couple or anything like that. I do honestly think that Harry is more attractive than Louis is. I could say that. Probably, I think it's mainly his tattoos and the fact that he shows off his body more.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why.
I mean, he's sexy, so...
Yeah.
This person says, this isn't a question, but I dare you to hug for 1 minute straight.
For 1 minute straight?
Should we still draw while we're hugging, or is that not?
I don't even know. I'm carving right now. I got a knife in my hand.
Alright, here we go. I have the timer set. Damn. Alright, 1 minute, here we go. So, how are you?
Your shoulders pop.
Oh, really? My shoulder pop? Damn.
I'm the old one though.
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm 9 months older, so I'm technically the old one.
But my body, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, your body's like, old man. We're never gonna get these pumpkins carved. We're just like, what does the timer say?
Like 7 seconds.
Okay. And the bread is done.
Oh, no. I stole Sam's ring.
I left my ring here one night, and I've had that ring forever. There's pictures to prove it. He decides to now make it his because I left it.
It's my ring.
Granted, I mean, it makes sense because if you leave your shit, it doesn't fit on your ring finger, so no one's married yet, but...
What are you doing? You're trying to do Pikachu, right? I'm just
Stop!
Can I just be lazy and say I'm done?
No. The next is not a question, but it says, give each other compliments. I do this all the time.
Yeah, that and also give me dysphoria sometimes about my height.
I was standing on a hill, and I was taller than him. I'm sorry, I can't control how tall I am on a hill.
Okay, I was standing on the hill first. In my mind, I was like,
Oh, yes, finally taller than Sam.
and then you're like, wait, I don't like this. I'm shorter than you. And they got up on the hill and was like, there, that's better. Like, you bitch.
And then he's like, you made my voice get higher because I made him upset. And I'm like, I didn't make you do anything.
You did.
Don't blame this one on me. Oh wait, we were supposed to compliment each other.
Oh, yeah.
Why are we? I think you're very funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you're funny and adorable. And I always have fun with you, and I want to spend like every minute with you. And I'm always sad leaving.
Actually, it rains every time when I have to drive you home, if you notice.
Yeah,
which is like
always
how I
rains.
feel like inside too, which is actually really funny. And it's always funny too because we're always late.
Yeah, so we're always late. Bitch, your turn.
I was going to!
You were thinking too long.
I was listening to what you had to say.
Okay.
So same to you, I think you're actually really funny and everything. I love spending time with you. You're a lot more fun than you put yourself out to be. You always put yourself down, and I hate that. And it's like, you're very handsome and everything, and I just like wish that you saw that.
Wow, that was very touching. He's never told me that before.
Yes, I have.
Well, you've told me I'm handsome and everything, but like it was never like the extra parts. Wishing you'd see what I see or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I feel like that's with like every relationship. Like they like wish that the other person just saw like how they did. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And, like,
that's very common. The next question is, how did you realize you were into each other?
So we actually met up on Tinder. and everything. And you always say that you started the conversation, but you
I said
literally-
hi.
You literally said,
Hey.
So
that
what?
doesn't start the conversation.
So if I never said hey, would you say hey first? I feel like you probably wouldn't have said hey. Would you have
But your
reached out
bio
to
had
me first?
literally had nothing. You literally put Sam, they, them, queer as fuck. And that was your bio. That was it. And I was like, okay. So, like I told you in the first message, I really liked your style and everything. I thought you were cute. So I thought, like, if anything, we could just be, like, queer people that just talk to each other and everything.
Right.
Just for support.
Because you went on to, like, talk about, like, just wanted to meet, like, other people
Right.
like yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. The conversation just went, like, really smooth and it was just comfortable and it's like, I don't know, you didn't have to really think that much, you know? It was just, like, it felt normal talking to you. But, like, the first time I realized I actually liked you was when I actually met you up for the first time in Saratoga. We literally spent the whole day together, which is like weird for like a first date kind of scenario. Even
Right.
though you said it wasn't a first date, you were like, oh yeah, I'm just treating this as a friend.
Because of my insecurity.
We literally like walked around, went to the park. It felt very natural to be with you. I know you're really cute and everything and funny. And it's like that's when I realized I actually liked you.
Oh, because I felt ugly then. I felt like I was
What?
so ugly on that day.
Why?
I don't know. I just felt like I was just like, oh, I'm like not gonna be your type or something. Like,
Did
I
you
don't-
not see what my hair looks like that day? It was terrible. Like I was sweating too because it was said like on my phone it was supposed to be cold, but I wore pants.
Yeah, you did. You wore
And
ripped
you were-
jeans.
you
I remember
were-
the exact outfit
yeah.
he wore that day.
And you were wearing shorts, and I was like, literally sweating. I was like, oh my fucking god, I should have wore fucking shorts.
Yeah.
Did you just get pumpkin in my wine?
Did I? No, I didn't. It went past
Okay,
it.
it went past it.
How
I'm nervous.
dare?
Alright, what about you?
It's like I'm still figuring that out. No kidding. Imagine if I
Leave.
said- Well, let me drink my wine first.
I gotta get drunk first.
I don't want to steal his answer, but technically it's the exact same.
Really?
Like, talking to you was just so natural and stuff on Tinder. This sounds like I'm bragging, but I was kind of like the first to be like initiate hanging out. I know he would have, but I kept like suggesting it. I was like,
Right.
yo, we should hang
Well,
out.
like I was busy.
he's very
too,
busy, yeah.
And it's like it was a 45-minute drive. Not saying like you're not worth it. Obviously you are, because I do that.
Yeah, already.
You know.
Or now we do like halfway.
Yeah, no, which really is awesome.
I remember like the first time we met, I was just like, oh, like I already know I want to date this person.
Oh really? You're
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, I was like already like that because I remember we were having a conversation. You were like talking about how hard it is to date as a trans person, and you were like
Right.
talking about dating. So like in my head, I was just like, oh, I wonder if like
Did that scare you into thinking I wasn't into relationships?
sort of, because in my head I was just like, oh,
You're
well,
always in your head.
yeah, but like, I don't know. Like in my head, I was just like, oh, like I wonder like if I would.
Considered for that role. Yeah.
I like wanted to ask like, okay, so are you in? I think I did ask that. I was like, okay, so what is this? I asked it over text.
Yeah, you did. Well, it's like we couldn't like see each other all the time. Like
Yeah.
it was like maybe every other week we could hang out at first. I feel like it was right. Now it's every week. But like I didn't want to ask you out over text to like be in a relationship with me. That's why
Right, yeah, I didn't want that either. Yeah, because he actually said over text, he was like, well, you know, I prefer to actually ask you in person. He
Right.
basically told me how he felt over text, but he's like, well, even though, yes, but I want to ask you out in person. So we were like on my
Right.
bed and stuff and like cuddling and all that. And it just felt right. Like I wasn't even thinking about anything. He was just like, okay, so do you want to be in a relationship with me? And I was just like,
Yes.
And I was like, well, I hate to ruin a good moment, but I gotta go home now. It was like 10 o'clock at night, so I had to drive the whole 45 minutes back home. That was like with like the terrible rainstorm too.
yeah.
Your basketball hoop crashed onto my car.
Yeah.
But it was like a small dent on the top. It was nothing that big.
Yeah,
It
like
was
don't
just,
make this
like-
clickbait.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No one's getting sued here.
I was like, Chandler, what are the chances that the first time you come into my house, a basketball hoop falls down on your car?
That,
It was
like,
literally
never
where he
happened.
parked. If you were parked anywhere like differently, it would have crashed your windshield.
Yeah. So good thing I pulled up as far as I did.
Thinking about that gives me anxiety.
That's it. Like,
Next question is, maybe you've been asked this before, but how did you two meet?
Tinder.
you were doing your internship at the time. We both had busy lives. Your spare time was towards making videos and being on the internet. It was just like weird of like how we met. Like maybe I like slid into your DMs. It was like, oh my god, Larry.
Yeah, because I think some of them might think that like you were already a One Direction fan or like a
No,
Larry fan.
I didn't even know they did. I didn't know you did YouTube on our first date. I don't even know when I figured out.
Okay, so what happened is I told him over text, and then it never came up again. And then,
Right.
So basically on our first date, there was like a dead moment of silence, like kind of for like a couple minutes, because we were just walking and enjoying. So then
Right.
he randomly asked me like, oh, so you do like YouTube, like you do video stuff? Like he was
what
basically
type?
saying
Yeah.
like, I want to know more about that. Because I didn't
Really,
really...
it's your life, you know. I just like over like think things with silence. It's like, oh shit, what are they thinking? So that's why I was like trying to engage in conversation.
Yeah. This says, does Chandler like 1D or their solos? If not, who is his favorite band / solo singer?
Alright, so I didn't really know One Direction at all, except for like that one song, because like it was like at every middle school dance, like What Makes You Beautiful.
What Makes You Beautiful, yeah.
That was like the only song I knew by them.
I'm sorry, that's the only one you knew.
But I do watch Sam's videos, which is to their surprise and everything. But I did like Kill My Mind by Louis, right? Wasn't that by Louis?
Yep.
I do like that song a lot. That
He
was
actually
really
came
good.
out with a new one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called We Made It.
Oh.
So he hasn't heard that one yet.
No, not yet.
He said at work the song Kill My Mind was stuck in
It
his
was
head.
stuck in my head. I literally snapped Sam. I was like, you fucking bitch, you got the song stuck in my head. I'm mainly into like, I guess they're coined like emo music and everything.
If you couldn't tell.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell. So my favorite band is Mayday Parade, Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, alternative music. But like my all-time favorite is probably Mayday Parade right now. I don't really listen to solo singers. I just listen to bands. Now that I'm thinking about
Well, because solo singers are usually in pop music.
That's true. And I don't listen to pop. Yeah, that's true.
Even though
Okay,
on the
makes
way
sense.
down we were listening to only pop.
Yeah, we were. That was weird.
Probably because I was in the car.
You were in control of the radio this time. Because, like, I feel... Well, because I always have my emo music whenever I'm driving. Because, like, at first, like, I always had to use GPS, but now I kind of know the way to your house.
You should by now.
So, I should by now, but yeah. But you like that music, too. It's not, like, torture for you.
I have actually always kind of liked that music, but I don't always listen to the same sort of music all the time. The other question is, how long have you two been together?
The 30th, it will be 3 months.
Today's the 26th. By the time we post this, it will be already our 3rd month. He asked me out on July 30th, so that's our anniversary. Yep. So it will be almost the 3-month mark. Woo!
There you go.
Spring chicken. What?
I don't understand. What?
What?
Does that mean, like, young?
Yeah.
Like a young relationship?
Like,
oh,
yeah.
I get it. Okay. I've never heard it, like, someone say it like that. It's like a relationship vibe.
Probably not. I just did that.
You're an old person at heart. It's okay.
The next question is, what do you think is the most annoying thing about each other?
Oh
Love you.
god, I'm scared to know this answer.
The thing is, I actually have to think for this one. There are obviously things, but it's not like on the top of my head. While I'm thinking, you can maybe go off or something. What's this
Okay.
one thing, don't go off in a list.
Okay, the one thing that I find annoying about you, but like I understand because I kind of do the same thing, is how like how much you overthink things sometimes and everything, and you're always like in your head about like what others think and everything. Because I just want you to be yourself, not like a mean way or anything. I'm not mean to Sam.
That'll be in our next video, the truth. No.
The truth.
The truth. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but it's my family life. Why I like that.
I think because my family is so much bigger that like that's why my family is so much more open.
Like everything he's heard about my family, if he was in that situation, he'd be a totally different person. He might not even be transitioning.
I'd
right
probably
now.
still be the depressed person I was.
Here I am.
That was cool. Still kept the emo style, but at least I'm not depressed.
Right.
Alright, what about you? What's the most annoying thing about me?
The way you say breakfast. Actually,
Stop!
okay, that's actually, I'm just joking. This is not the most annoying thing about him, but when he says breakfast, he says breakfast. Comment down below if you have heard someone say breakfast or if you say it that way yourself. I'm not like saying, oh my god, that's so weird. It's not like so weird, but it's like when he first said it, I was like,
What'd you say?
I don't even want to say
it's cute
I
though,
don't even
because
want
like
proof on the
breakfast.
camera. My whole family says it like that, and I never noticed it was weird. It's just like...
Because his grandma's from New York, so.
Yeah, exactly. My nana's from New York. I feel like it's from that. It's like kind of like a New York accent, but I don't know what part of New York.
What part of
you
New
know,
York?
like how Brooklyn kind of has its own accent. People say.
Yeah, like all those
I don't
boroughs
know.
have different accents, yeah.
And I don't really remember which part of New York she's from. So mine was like deep, and yours is like the way he says prefix.
Not really anything Chandler does annoys me because I'm very much more annoying. So someone like me, I don't see how anyone else could annoy me.
Does that look good? The eyes?
Definitely.
Bigger.
No, those are nice. Wow.
I meant Jack's, not mine.
More towards the beginning of our relationship, obviously I had more like insecurities. I mean, don't we all about things in the beginning?
Right.
So I found them more annoying, but now since, you know, we communicated more and I know him more as a person, I wouldn't really say they're insecurities or annoying anymore because I just know how we are as people.
Oh, like
and
my
how he is as
dysphoria?
a... No, just like, why would I find your dysphoria annoying?
I don't know.
That's rude.
I feel like that's like a lot of why I was scared to get in relationships.
Because we really didn't communicate that much about like deeper things, I was always like doubting if he actually did really like me and stuff, even when we were dating, because I was like, oh, he's not like really showing physical affection because he's not like showing that. I have to know like people show affection differently, people love differently, and like now we're good, like we do that like all the time. In the beginning, people aren't really gonna be like, all over someone, like,
right?
It's like,
yeah.
Again, I was like more in my head, so I think that was probably like annoying, like how like you weren't like doing what I wanted, or like it's my fault because I wasn't communicating anything. Chandler's not a mind reader.
I wish I was. That'd be really fucking great though.
No, it wouldn't.
No, wouldn't?
No, it wouldn't, because there'd just be too much. If you knew my mind, you'd be like, whoa, slow down. Next question. How are you today?
We had a busy day. We watched my brother's last soccer game. Went over to my mom's house, played with my youngest siblings.
And then we got Moe's. Oh my god, the people were so rude there. How does Chandler think about your One Direction obsession? Like, what do you think of my One Direction obsession?
At first I thought it was honestly kind of weird because like I thought like One Direction was kind of like a
little kid band?
Right, yeah, like middle schoolers like listen to that shit, you know.
Oh, but it is not.
Yeah, no. I mean, because they're all older now, so like you guys like really sexualize them a lot, I've noticed.
Daddy.
I don't find it weird that much anymore because it's like you make YouTube videos off of it. It's kind of like another job for you, kind of, but like you do like it. And everything.
It's like a passion. I make money off of it, and I like doing it.
I don't know, we all have our weird obsessions and everything. Like, I really like anime. You don't really watch anime all that much.
Yeah, not really.
So it's like if I were to like rant to you about anime, you would probably feel the same way that I do about you.
I'll give you like 30 seconds to rant about anime, even though I don't know what you're going to be talking about.
Oh my god, so I'm gonna get a Gaara tattoo.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god, he's the freaking sand guy in Naruto.
I've never watched Naruto. I don't even know what
But like, he has a scar on his forehead and everything like that is like the symbol of love, and I'm gonna get that.
Who's the guy on your wall?
I have a lot of guys on my wall. I have
the guy on your bed. That guy with the emo hair.
Uta. I feel like I say his name wrong all the time. It's literally spelled UTA.
What show is that from? Like, what's the
That's
show
from Tokyo Ghoul. I love Tokyo Ghoul.
Do you like the visualization of it, the accents, do you like the storyline? Like,
so I like the storylines and also like the visualization of everything and like
the art.
Yeah, the art's really cool. Yeah, but like I just like the storylines and everything. I don't know, it's just like a whole other world.
I don't relate to the whole anime thing. If anything, and I'm not saying this is my opinion, but throughout my whole life, if you were an anime kid or if people thought you liked anime, you were the dweeb of the school. You were weird. Like you're weird, or like you're like a geek. Like, ew, you like anime, you're probably like a pussy, or like you're not. Like, if a guy likes anime, he's gay, or like whatever.
He's mainly like a emo twink.
Like, I'm not a twink.
I'm not a twink.
I have more muscles now.
Why does Jack Skellington look like a balloon with eyes?
He really is.
Have you ever been sexually attracted to Jack Skellington?
I've been sexually attracted to like anime characters, yes.
Oh, like you didn't think like he looked like really good, or like...
He's bones. What am I supposed to feel, Sam? Is this onesie doing things for you?
Yes. No, it's what's inside the onesie. This says, how does Chandler refer to you? He's your boyfriend, but what are you to him?
So I call Sam my partner because Sam is gender non-conforming and go by they, them pronouns. So I just call him my partner because I don't know, that just sounds right to me. Like, yes, you're more masculine, but like you're not extreme, and I feel like you're not totally comfortable with being extremely.
Like, I'm not boyfriend material.
I'm the daddy.
Yeah, he's the daddy. You already feel like more of like the masculine one and the manly one, which is good, so that probably like gives you more euphoria knowing that you're like more of the daddy one in the relationship. Whereas
right.
Like, if I was more masculine than him, he might feel a little more worse about himself. He might feel like he's competing.
Well, I am like attracted to masculinity,
right?
But like that would kind of like heighten my dysphoria. So like if you were more masculine than me, not being like a cis man, then that would make me feel more dysphoric. I don't know. It's weird to explain. Like with everyone's dysphoria is different in certain situations, especially being like a bisexual trans man. It's kind of hard to explain.
I think that's why I thought I wasn't your type when we first met, because we were talking about how you said that you've always dated men and you're like more into like masculine individuals, and I was like, oh well, that's not me. So I was just like, what am I gonna give you, because I'm not masculine, and like you've always dated boys and like I don't fit that role. So I was like, what do you see in me? So like,
I mean, you're not like extremely feminine though either. You're just Sam. Like you're good androgynous kind of in between, which is still hot and everything. I just don't really like extremely feminine individuals. I think that has to do something with my dysphoria too, which is weird. Like I shouldn't remind me that I was born female, but it kind of does.
Who are your celebrity hall passes? Well, I already know a couple of his because they're on the door and like the window and the wall.
I literally have one picture of an actual celebrity in my room. It's above my like top surgery fund. So, Robert Downey Jr. is my number one, of course. Freaking Johnny Depp. Oh, Jason Bateman. Cole Sprouse. I aspire to be like Ted Danson when I'm older. He's like a silver fox. Like, he's extremely fucking sexy, and I feel weird saying that since he's like 60-something. Alright, what are your passes? Like, what's on your list?
So, on my list, if I were to have a pass, if I was able to get with these people, Cole Sprouse, Harry Styles.
Shh. Okay.
Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson.
Oh, Louis got it.
Oh my god. Selena Gomez.
Okay.
She's cute, my god.
She's really tiny too. You can just fling her around.
I know,
Sorry.
I'd love to do that. Cara Delevingne.
Who's that?
Oh my god, Cara Delevingne. She's like a Ruby Rose, like she has a wife.
Oh fuck, Ruby Rose for me, sorry.
Ruby Rose, yeah. This person said celebrity passes, but do you have any like passes like on like real people?
I'm very monogamous, so no. I read on like a threesome situation, but like that'd be really rare.
I'd be very self-conscious about that.
I feel like that's why it would never happen, since we both kind of have our own very severe dysphoria. So like I feel like it would be someone that we both knew for like a while, which isn't the case. We don't really know the same people all that much.
That's why we always kid about like one of our side hoes.
Right, yeah, we have that joke all the time.
That's why on like that second, third date, whenever it was when we went to Grafton Beach, I remember you talking about like all these like guys you liked, but they were celebrity. And I remember this wasn't when we were dating yet, because this was before you asked me out. You guys were talking about like your fuck list and like all those things, and like I'm like, why am I getting jealous? Because I have celebrity people I like too, but I was like getting kind of jealous because I'm like, oh, you're like here talk about people you'd fuck and stuff, and like you like these guys.
You're like,
and stuff.
I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, and I was just like getting jealous. I think it's because we weren't together, so I wasn't sure where we stood.
Oh, okay.
So like when you're not sure where you stand, you're kind of getting more like self-conscious. Right. Whereas now, if he talks about his fuck list, I don't care. And I was like too scared to make any moves too, because I was like, oh my god, when we were at the beach, I just want to like hold your hand, like do all this. He's like, oh well, that would have been really cute. And I was like, oh, I didn't think like, you wanted me to do that. Because the thing is, he doesn't see his sisters that often.
Because like we were catching up on family drama.
And I was just kind of sitting there.
But you were engaging. So
That's
I
true.
feel like you still had fun, hopefully.
Yeah, and like now I love his family. Like I like talking to them, and like they're cool.
My family's a lot different than yours, and I feel like that's why you like them so much.
They're chill. Like I'm already comfortable with them. They feel like my family. Any tips for a healthy relationship? Love from Germany.
Germany?
Yeah, I want
Shit,
fans
I
in
would
Germany.
love to go to Germany. Sorry, that's random.
Me
Not
too.
really. For a healthy relationship, honestly, communication is the biggest thing. What are you doing? Just like always saying like how you feel and everything like that.
Definitely, because most breakups happen because people aren't saying what they're really wanting to say. And
Right.
people assume stuff, and then it leads to a fight or something.
Yeah. Take things one step at a time. Don't rush into anything. Like we took things step at a time and everything, which I feel like was good.
That's a huge thing. If you
It's
go
like-
too fast into something, the person has way too many expectations, and then people get bored quick. I feel like if you do everything in like the first month, it's just kind of like there's no mystery anymore. There's no like.
Plus, like if you do it step by step and everything like that,
adds more anticipation.
That's. I was gonna say you're more close. You like have more trust in the other person, so you're more willing to do other things too with that in mind and everything.
And that applies to anything.
Right. And have handcuffs. No, I'm joking.
Are you both transgender?
So I am trans, female to male.
Male to female.
And Sam, you are?
What I feel right now is gender non-conforming. People who go by they, them, I don't want to make it sound like it's a placeholder, because people can go by they, them their whole lives. But I'm still trying to figure out if with me, they, them is just a placeholder for now. You know, I'm not sure about he or she, so they, them. The next question is, do you consider yourself as a queer trans or non-gender?
What?
Chandler, am I a queer trans or a non-gender? That's why I was saying it's the wording. In terms of sexual orientation, I'm queer, but I'm not trans, so I'm not a queer trans. I'm queer.
I don't think queer trans is the thing. Everyone can define things differently and everything like that. And trans is an umbrella term. There's like many different.
There's trans non-binary.
Exactly, because trans just typically means that you're born something, but like you're not identifying as like what you were born as. Basically, that's what trans is. I think it's mainly about like the person itself, like what wording feels right to them.
Dream job.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be an actor. Although I don't think that's ever gonna happen because, you know, I'm not attractive at all to be an actor.
Bitch!
You just got pumpkin in my wine.
Oh, now I finally did.
My dream job now is just to own a bar. The goal was by the time I turned 26, I'm actually 21 right now, but since with like all of like saving up money for surgery and stuff like that, the probably goal is like when I'm like 32 now. I have an associate's degree in business administration. Who knows, I might go back to college for other stuff.
But then you'll be away from me.
Why would that mean that I'm away from you?
Because you'll be busy with school. Like, you'll have things to do, like papers to write and things, and you'll be like, I mean, you're not gonna live there, you'll commute. We want to plan to live together sometime.
Right.
But then again, you keep saying,
That's
we're only
in the
3
future.
months in.
That's in the future.
I know. He gave me a key to his house, though.
Well, yeah, because it's like a safe place, just in case you ever need it.
I'm gonna abuse that need. I'm just gonna come. It's just like when you want to.
I just wanted Doritos, that's it.
I want the Doritos, not you.
I'll just like come home to you watching Netflix.
Do you watch Big Mouth?
No, but I've been told to watch
It's
it.
very sexual.
Once you came out as a lesbian, how come that now you are with a boy?
That's the thing about coming out with certain things and everything like that. Especially like, how old were you when you came out as a lesbian?
I knew in senior year of high school, but I came out freshman year of college.
Right, and you're 22 now. See, the thing is, throughout life you're growing into yourself and everything, and you're always just trying to figure yourself out. So your mind takes things step by step. So like, you were comfortable enough to be like, yes, I like women and everything like that. So like, you came out as a lesbian, obviously. But the thing is, like, as you grow older, you become more yourself, and like, you figure out who your true self is and everything. And it's like, obviously, like, I have certain beliefs in like me being trans and everything, but that might change later on in my transition. I don't know, you're always just changing because you're just learning more and just not giving a shit what people think anymore.
Still working on that.
Still working on that. So you just become more yourself.
Right.
So it's like, just because you came out as something before doesn't mean that you have to stick with that label. Like, I came out as gender fluid when I was like 17, but here I am 21 years old as trans. That's what it is. You're just evolving into yourself.
I can't be a lesbian if I'm not like identifying as a cis female. Also, Chandler's a guy, so if I was like, yeah, I'm a lesbian, I'm dating Chandler, that doesn't make sense.
Right,
I'm not saying
exactly, 'cause I'm a guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying like Chandler like made me like not a lesbian anymore, but I'm just saying like it was first with me figuring out my gender. Okay, this says, I'm like in love with a guy. Advice?
Just be yourself and everything, and when you feel comfortable enough, just like approach them, I guess. I've never been really good with flirting, honestly.
If anything, like he came on to me more. He was like better at flirting than I was because I wasn't like doing anything. So he kind of made me get out of my comfort zone to do that
Right.
more. I think you still flirt more than me. Remember that in the beginning you were like, yeah, you have thoughts, but you don't act on them.
You do! You have a dirty freaking mind. You just don't portray it.
Maybe it's because it's so dirty I can't act on it. So I'm just like, oh god.
You like have an image and you're like, no, Sam, keep that down, keep that down.
I'm sinning.
I'm sinning, I can't do this.
What do you like to do together? Have sex.
Yes, we do that. We just like hang out and chill. I don't know, we do a bunch of random different things.
My mom makes fun of us for doing that. Like, I'll tell her, hey, we just like sat on the couch and we just watched some Friends. She's like, that's all you did? Like, you guys didn't go outside, you guys didn't do anything? I'm like,
We did a
Mom,
picnic once outside.
yeah, okay, like we've done a lot of fun things, like really cute things, but the thing is, like, when you're with someone you really like in love, you could just like sit next to them and talk, and like that's everything you need. I told him, like, you don't need to impress me to like do things, like I don't even need like a sophisticated present. I don't need any of that because I'm happy. So I'm just like, yeah. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you too. What interests or hobbies do you share?
I mean, watching Shane's new series together. We've been doing that.
Yeah, we both like Shane Dawson.
I love Garrett for some reason.
Garrett's
He's
just
always been
really-
like very special to me for some reason. We both played soccer when we were younger.
We were both defender. This one's not a question, but it says, thanks Chandler for bringing the happiness to Sam's life. How'd you guys meet?
Tinder, and you're welcome.
This person asks, how do you experience stigma? What are the best ways to be a good ally?
Just always support your friends and like whatever like they're telling you, because obviously it took a lot of bravery for them to actually come out to you and everything. And like, if someone disrespects pronouns or whatever, just correct them. Don't be like rude about it, but correct them and everything. It's just like, I feel like that's the best ways to be an ally right now. And everything.
Yeah, there's no textbook definition of how to be an ally. It's just more supporting.
Yeah, like just always be there.
Yeah, like being an ally doesn't mean you have to go to every pride parade. Doesn't mean you have to wave the rainbow flag or whatever flag.
Yeah, just always being there for them, even if it's like for like a quick 30-minute rant that they have and everything, of like how they feel and everything. Especially if they don't have a family that's supportive in that situation.
How do I come out to my homophobic parents, or should I even come out to them?
Depends on your living situation. Like, if you feel like you're gonna be kicked out, then I wouldn't come out to them. Especially, like, I don't know how old you are, or like how much money you have, or anything like that. come out to them when you feel safe and like you have a place to go to.
If you like know for sure that like they hate gay people so much that you know you're gonna be kicked out and you're only in high school and you don't have money, that's not smart to come out because you're not gonna know where to live. You're probably just gonna have to wait because that can be very detrimental. My parents aren't very supportive of a lot of that kind of stuff, so I still haven't like formally come out to them as anything. They're not gonna disown me or kick me out, they're not like that, but I don't want to live in a house where if I come out and it feels like that or I just feel unsupported, it would feel weird to me. I can't live there and like have it be like that, so I'm gonna kind of just wait till I'm on my own and really figure things out and I just have my own place to think and be an individual, because how am I supposed to know who I really am if I'm just hearing like their opinions? Like I need to like really know myself before I do anything. Okay guys, so we have finally finished carving our pumpkins, his Jack Skellington and my Pikachu. So now we're gonna reveal them and you guys can see whose you like better. Mine was a little challenging, you know, with a carver cutter kind of thing. It really wasn't working, or maybe I just don't know how, but this is supposed to be Pikachu, but it looks like just some fat thing. His actually looks like Jack Skellington. Like, look at those eyes and that mouth. I think it was just fun regardless. So thank you guys for your questions. Hopefully you were entertained by us carving pumpkins and this whole Halloween theme and, you know, getting a little tipsy. But we surely enjoyed ourselves, so just write all your opinions and thoughts down below. And if I didn't get to your question, well, it was probably a repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
So like always, I make a new video whenever I want, so like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Ew, okay.